Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the diseases of middle ear. So in the diseases of middle ear, the first important disease is acute suppurative otitis media. So this acute suppurative otitis media, so this is an acute inflammation of middle ear cleft. It is an acute inflammation of middle ear cleft less than 3 weeks. It is infective in origin. If you see the etiology, it causes streptococcal pneumonia. It most commonly causes streptococcal pneumonia. Haemophilus influenza is the second most common cause, whereas other etiological agents like Moraxella catarrhalis, viruses like syncytial virus, influenza virus, and also rhino and adenovirus are also commonly associated with acute suppurative otitis media. Here it causes peak incidence in first 2 years of life. Then this acute suppurative otitis media is the most common route of infection, which is eustachian tube is the most common route of infection. Then we have stages. In the stages we have four different stages. One stage of tubal occlusion, second stage of pre-suppuration, third stage of suppuration, fourth stage of resolution or complication. Stage of tubal occlusion includes deafness and earache. Stage of pre-suppuration includes deafness and fever. Stage of suppuration includes excruciating pain. The patient's tympanic membrane bulges, and finally the patient's tympanic membrane ruptures, and it also results in fever. Then we have stage of resolution and complication, where the earache is relieved. Then if you see the signs, tympanic membrane is red and bulging with loss of landmarks. Then this will lead to cartwheel shaped appearance is seen. Cartwheel appearance is seen. Then if you see, 85% of tympanic membrane rupture occurs in antero-inferior quadrant. Around 85% tympanic membrane rupture occurs in antero-inferior quadrant. Then collection of pus is seen behind the tympanic membrane, and the pus comes out under pressure, and it is synchronizing with each arterial pulse. And this pulse coming out with pressure and is synchronizing with each arterial pulse is called as pulsatile otorrhea, or also called as lighthouse sign. Then it also causes closure of perforation is seen in 90% of cases in 1 month. And tuning fork test, if you do tuning fork test, you will see the presence of conductive hearing loss. Then sometimes facial paralysis can occur in acute suppurative otitis media, and it is rare. So if you see the treatment, watchful waiting should be done. Watchful waiting is done without the antibiotic therapy for 2-year-old or older children. Without antibiotic therapy for 2-year-old or older children with non-severe illness. We will have to wait. That's it. Wait and watch. If it's older children or 2-year-old children. Then because acute suppurative otitis media symptoms will improve within 1 to 3 days in children. Then watchful waiting is not recommended for children less than 2 years. If any child is less than 2 years, then this watchful waiting is not recommended for children less than 2 years. Even if there is uncertain diagnosis. Watchful waiting is not recommended for children less than 2 years. Then antibiotics include penicillin group of antibiotics can be given, like amoxicillin 80 milligrams per kg per day in 3 divided doses for 10 days. And this is the drug of choice. Amoxicillin 80 milligrams per kg per day is given in 3 divided doses for 10 days. This is drug of choice. Then analgesics, oral toileting, and even meringotomy is seen. Meringotomy is done in posterior inferior quadrant by circumferential incision. Meringotomy is done in postero-inferior quadrant by circumferential incision. So, if you see the indications of meringotomy, indications are: it causes tympanic membrane bulging and acute pain, it causes incomplete resolution with antibiotics, and patient complains of persistent deafness. It causes incomplete resolution with antibiotics and patient complains of persistent deafness. There is also associated with persistent effusion more than 12 weeks, and acute suppurative otitis media is seen with facial nerve palsy. Acute suppurative otitis media with facial nerve palsy is seen. Then if you see prognosis mostly it resolves. Then we have recurrent acute suppurative otitis media. Then we have recurrent ASOM, recurrent acute suppurative otitis media, where more than 3 episodes of acute suppurative otitis media in a 6 months period or more than 6 episodes in a 12-month period. So, recurrent acute suppurative otitis media is presence of more than 3 episodes of acute suppurative otitis media in a 6 months period, or presence of more than 4 episodes in a 12-month period. 3 episodes in 6 months period or 4 episodes in 12 months period with complete resolution of symptoms and signs is called as recurrent acute suppurative otitis media. Then the next important thing is acute necrotizing otitis media. In acute necrotizing otitis media, this acute necrotizing otitis media is a variant of acute suppurative otitis media, and it is seen in children suffering from measles. It is seen in children suffering from measles, scarlet fever or influenza. So, etiology of acute necrotizing otitis media include: it is caused by beta hemolytic streptococci. It is most commonly seen in infants and young children. It is most commonly seen in infants and young children. Then if we see the predisposing factors, it is seen in children who are acutely ill. It is seen in children who are acutely ill with scarlet fever, measles, pneumonia and influenza. It is seen in children who are acutely ill with scarlet fever, measles, pneumonia and influenza. So if you see the clinical features, it causes sloughing and necrosis of the tympanic membrane, thus leading to marginal perforation. Necrosis of ossicles can occur and seventh nerve palsy can occur. So in the clinical features, it causes profuse foul smelling discharge. It causes profuse foul smelling discharge due to the necrosis of tympanic mucoperiosteum. It causes profuse foul smelling discharge due to necrosis of tympanic mucoperiosteum. So if you see the treatment, in the treatment we can use it as IV penicillin, where in the IV penicillin is used for fulminant. So IV penicillin can be used, but still if it is not treated and if the disease is fulminant, then we can use IM gamma globulin is used. And if even after using IV penicillin, if they are resistant cases, then it can lead to acute mastoiditis may supervene. So in those cases where acute mastoiditis occurs, we should do cortical mastoidectomy. So these are the important points about acute suppurative otitis media and acute necrotizing otitis media. Thank you for watching.